In the name of God, the name of without doubt is capable, and boys, welcome to our own channel. I hope all of you be healthy and fine. Our slogan is Secret Finder. Welcome the first episode of Learning Estimation Quantity. In this episode, I want to get information about that how we can find quantity. Actually, we have two methods. Commonly, we have two methods because of finding the quantity. One by long wall and short wall method, and the second one by central line method. In this episode, I want to get information about the long wall and short wall method, and in the next episode that I will upload it, I will discuss about the central line and how we can find the quantity by central line. In estimation, we have two steps already. First of all, we have to find the quantity, and after that we have to add the amount of the same semen or additive material that we have. So long wall and short wall method is a very simple method. We can find easily without any wasting of time. So first of all, in estimation by long wall and short wall method, what is the procedure? The procedure is that first of all we have to find the length of long wall out to out. Don't consider this value because I already calculated all the data because it takes a lot of time. So before I'm talking about this, the first thing that we have, finding length of long wall out and finding length of short wall into it. What does it mean? Come in here, I prepare a house plan of 2 rooms. In the next episode also, I will find the quantity of a house plan of 1 corner. Because of it is at the beginning, and almost maybe some viewers don't have any familiar with the long wall and short wall method, so it will be difficult for those people. So in that case, in the first episode I just discussed about the simple house plan, that how we can find the quantity. And if you know this, it is just simple. If you have also the 10 floor plan, you can find it easily. But in the next episode I just talk about the 1 corner house. So in here, see in here what we have in here. In here we have 2 rooms with 2 doors and 3 windows. In here also we have the properties of our doors, that our doors is 1.2 meter length, weight is 0.3, it means thickness, and height is 2.1, and our windows 2.2, 0.3 and 1.2. 2.2 is its length, weight 0.3, and 1.2 is actually height. And in here also we have the dimension of our first room 7 to 10, and dimension of our second room is a 15 to 10. And also our wall thickness is a 0.3. In here 7 to 10, you know that the horizontal distance is 7 and vertical distance 10 meter. In here also horizontal distance is 15 and vertical dimension is 10 meter. So what should we do now? In here also, if you see, we have a cross section area, cross section view. In cross section view, if you see, it's like this. In here also I prepare a cross section. In here, the first thing that we have a PPC, after that we have a 3 step of the footing, first, second, and then plane level. Up to in here we have ground level, and in here we have plane level. And the one thing that you know, that in excavation we should consider in here PPC up to ground level, and then in here we have a breakwork of the 3 meter high. In here we have thickness 0.3 in here because also 0.3, and it's all dimension we have. The first footing we have 0.6, second footing the weight we have 0.5, and in the third footing we have 0.4 as plane level, and then the height 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, and the PPC we have the weight 0.9. So the first thing if is to see here, finding the length of long wall outward. We have 2 types of the wall. If you see here, one we have long wall and then we have short wall. If you see here, you can easily discuss that which wall is long wall and which wall is short wall. If you see these horizontal walls, this and this is actually long wall. So we have how many long wall? We have 2 long wall, 1 and second, and then we have short wall. If you see this vertical walls 1, 2, 3 is actually short wall. Now what we have in here, finding length of long wall out to out. It means find the length of these long wall outer to outer. It means from here this point up to this point. So how we can calculate, how we can find? Just 0.3, that is the thickness of the wall. Actually thickness of the wall is important also in long wall and short wall method, but is a much more important into the center line method. And also we don't consider the junction into the long wall and short wall method. If you see here, we have a T junction, and the number of junction is actually 2, but in a long wall and short wall method, we don't consider junction, but it will consider into center line method. And the center line method is not anymore. It's just not anymore. It is just we have to draw the center line here and we can find it. So now I want to discuss about long wall and short wall method. So how we can find the length of long wall outer to outer. First of all, we have to get the thickness of this wall 0.3 plus horizontal distance 7 plus thickness of this wall 0.3 plus horizontal distance 15 plus thickness of this wall 0.3. We should sum all of them and it will become 20.9. I already calculated because of the less of the time or because of time, and if you don't believe me, look at in here. Just I calculate this and you know that you believe on me that all of them is true. Maybe it will mistake because of my calculator. So but you should know the method that how we can find. Okay, see 0.3 plus 7 meter horizontal distance plus 0.3 this wall plus 15 and plus 0.3, it become 22.9. So now I think you know that what meaning by long wall method. Just find the length of long wall method outer to outer. It means 0.3 plus 7 plus 0.3 plus 15 meter plus 0.3. Then we have find the length of short wall end to end. What does it mean end to end? End to end, it means just take in here up to in here, this point. Inner to inner. I think the inner is just 10 meter. You can find by look at in here, you can know that. So it is 10 meter. Then how we can find total long wall length? Total wall long wall length, it will differ from different particulars. For example, for excavation, if you see here, for excavation, for PPC, for breakwork, for superstructure, it will be different all of our length. But so how we can find this our long wall total length? Just we can find by length of long wall out to out that we found it plus 2 multiple to half of projection. What's a half of projection? Half of projection is nothing, just weight of the item. For example, you have excavation. You have to get the weight of your excavation minus thickness of brick wall above plane level. Thickness of brick wall above plane level. Above the plane level. What is the thickness of the this brick wall? 0.3. 0.3 divided by 2. For example, in here, how much is the length of our long wall out to 22.9? 22.9 plus 2 multiple half of projection. First of all, we have to find the half of projection. How we can find in here? Weight of the item. First of all, we have to find the length of long wall. So how much is the weight of this long wall? If you come in here, how much is weight of this long wall? If you see in here, the weight of this long wall is 0.9. It is same with PPC. Always remember, your weight of your long wall and your weight of your short wall, it will same, or it is the same with the PPC level, because you provide PPC up to the level of your short and long wall length. So it is 0.9. So your weight of your long wall and short wall, weight of your long wall is a 0.9 minus thickness of brick wall above plane level. Thickness of brick wall above plane level is 0.3. So 0.9 minus 0.3 divided by 2. I think it becomes 0.9 minus 0.3, 0.9 minus 0.3. It becomes 0.6. 0.6 divided by 2. 0. How much? Weight of item 0.9 minus thickness of brick wall 0.3. It becomes 0.6. 0.6 divided by 2. 0.3. So your half of projection becomes 0.3. Now, what should you do? 0.3 multiple to 2, 0.6. Now you have to get 22.9 plus how much? 22.9 plus 0.6 that you get it, half of projection. You get this value. For short wall, just here is that the sign is different. Look at here how we can find total length of short wall. Length of short wall end to end that we found it in here. 10 minus 2 of half projection. What is half projection? Weight of the item. What is weight of your short wall? 0.9. As I told you, same with PPC level. 0.9. Then minus thickness of brick wall above plane level is actually 0.3 thickness. Then divide by 2. Then you have to get half. It become 10 minus 0.6. It become 9.4. Okay, I repeat it. Length of long wall out to out. How we can find length of long wall out to out? Just 0.3 plus 7 plus 0.3 plus 15 meter. It becomes 22.9. How we can find length of the short wall end to end? 15 to 10 meter. Yeah. Then how we can find half of projection? Weight of item minus thickness of brick wall above the plane level divided by 2. You have this formula for long wall and this formula for short wall. After finding of this, you have to draw a table and calculate. I also draw the table in here. In here, if you see in here, first of all, we have excavation. In excavation, what we should consider? In excavation, we should consider up to ground level. It means we have to consider PPC, first footing, second. We have to consider these three steps into ground level. So up to in here is belongs to excavation. So now what should we do in here? In excavation, first of all, how much is in here? We have particulars. For example, excavation, you have to, in every particulars, you have to define it. One for long wall and second for short wall. For example, the second one we have PPC. If you see, the second step we have PPC. In PPC also we have to consider long wall and short wall. The third one we have breakboard for Z footing. Breakboard, here's the breakboard for Z footing. Where is Z footing? Up to in here is a Z footing. Okay, up to in here. Up to in here is Z footing. Let me that I changed it. It's okay. Up to in here is a how much? Is a Z footing, and then up to in here is a second footing. Up to where? Up to in here. Up to in here we have second footing, and up to in here is belongs to plane level. So now the first thing, the other thing that we have is Z footing. Z footing is this. We have to consider this also for long wall and short wall. Then we have dome footing. Dome footing is this. Actually 0.50. We have to define this for long wall and short wall method. And the third one we have plane level. In plane level is this. We have to also this consider 0.4 up to 0.4 height. And also we have to consider this up to the long wall and short wall method. Then we have breakwork for superstructure. Okay, breakwork for superstructure. This is superstructure in here. We have to consider this also for long wall and for short wall method. So first of all, in excavation, how much is our long wall? We calculated our long wall that it became 18.59 for our excavation. Just get your long wall out to out 22.9 plus 2 multiplied to half of projection. You get 18.59. Okay, so you found our length if for excavation for long wall 18.59. And in a number of side, how many long wall you have? 2. Just write 2. Length and weight, you know, if you see here you have 0.9. So weight 0.9 and how much is a height? And if you see in here 0.2 up to in here is belongs to excavation. So 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 it becomes 0.6. So in here we have 0.6. And then you have to multiply 2 multiple to 18.59 multiple 0.9 multiple 0.6, you get 19.3332. Then we come excavation for short wall. How many number of short wall you have? 1, 2, 3. You have 3. So 3. How much is length of your short wall? Come in here. Length of short wall end to end. Length of short wall end to end. If you see here, is a 10. 10 minus 2 of multiply to half of projection. So it became how much? It became 9.4. So it became 9.4. Then weight 0.9 and height and in here, okay, and height is 0.6. It becomes 6.2. Now you have to multiply this 3 multiplied to 9.4 multiplied to 0.9 multiplied to 0.6, it becomes 16.2. You have to sum both of them, you get 35.533 cubic meter, because you have length, weight, height. So in that case you have cubic meter. Then we have PPC. In PPC, what we have also long wall and short wall. If you see in PPC also, we have long wall and short wall. In PPC, how much is the length of, as I told you that the length of your long wall and short wall is same with PPC. So in here also, our length become same, 18.59. And a weight is 0.9, weight of the PPC is 0.9. If you see, it's a not belong to this, okay? It's a just written by mistaken. So it's written by mistaken, just is a 0.9. And then what we have the next step, and how much is height? Height is 0.2, not 0.6, because the height of PPC is 0.2. And then multiply these things, it becomes 6.44. Then we have for short wall, number of short wall we have 3. 9.4 is a length, then the weight is 0.9, height is 0.2, it becomes 5.4, sum 11.84 cubic meter. Then we come for breakboard for Z footing. Breakboard for Z footing. How much is the length? In here length will be different. How we can find the length? Because half of projection will be different and the length also be different. How we can find half of projection? The half of projection we can find weight of the item. Weight of the item is how much? 0.6 for a Z footing. 0.6 minus thickness of break wall above plane level. 0.3 divided by 2. How much it can? Okay. You have to multiply with 2 and plus length of long wall outward plus 222.9. You get your length, and it will become how much? It will become 18.35. And also for short wall, you have to calculate half of projection, weight of the item 0.6 minus 0.3 divided by 2. Then multiply with 2 and minus length of short wall into it. It means minus 10, and it will become how much? It will become 9.55. Weight 0.6 for Z footing, and then 0.2 height, and then you have to multiply, it become 3.438. You have to sum, you get this. And the second footing is this. In here also the length will be changed because the half of projection change. How we can calculate the half of projection? So we have to get how we can calculate the length of long wall for this. Just 22.9 plus half of projection. What's half of projection? 0.50 minus 0.3 divided by 2 and multiply to 2 plus 22.9. Okay, so you will get the result of 18.1. And same at 9.8. Just in here we should minus 2 multiplied to half of projection. And in here also you have to multiply these, you get 2.94 and you have sum it. Then we reach it in plane level. It's our plane level. In here also our length will be different. First of all, for long wall we have to get that 22.9 plus half of the projection 0.40 minus 0.3 divided by 2 and multiply to 2 plus length of long wall, and you will get the answer 18. And for short wall, what should you do? For short wall you have to get your plane level, the answer of your plane level will become same, okay, with long wall and short wall. And just in here, just you have to get 10 minus 2 multiplied to half of the projection and you get it 10.1. Then 0.4 because height is also 0.4 for plane level, and then you get sum, you get 6.56 cubic meter. 16 cubic meter. Then we have breakboard for superstructure. This is is called also substructure. Now in here we have superstructure. In superstructure also, in superstructure, one thing that if you calculate them, half of projection, it will become 0. What is the weight of the item? Weight of the item is a 0.3 minus the thickness of break wall above the plane level. Thickness of the break above is 0.3 divided by 2 becomes 0. So just we have 22.9 and 10 meter. Okay, in here 22.9 and 10 meter. In here 22.9. Okay. And then 0.3 and height is also how much? 3. and you get your answer this. Where is your answer? Here is your answer. Okay, 32.32. And then the answer will become, and also for short wall you get 27. And if you sum, now what should you have to sum all of them. This, is it footing, don't footing, planed. Okay, sum all of them, and if you sum all of them, okay, then you get the 59.22. No, you have to sum all of them and you give 16, and then for superstructure you get 59. Then we have deduction, door and window. How much door we have? 2. How much window we have? How many door we have? 2. How many windows we have? 3. If you see here, we have window 3 and we have door 2. Here we have also the schedule of opening. 1.2, length, width 0.3 and height 2.1, and for window also we have. So just 2 number of the door, 1.2, 0.3, 2.1, multiply in here for window also sum, and minus this with whom? Minus this with the is a done and planed quantity. It means 3.88 should be minus 2. How much should be minus 2? 16, and you become 12.1242 cubic meter, and you can find all of your quantity. So it's all about the long wall and short wall method. The first thing, you have to find the length of your long wall and short wall. Then we have a formula: long wall, length of long wall out plus 2 of half of projection. Short wall, length of short wall in minus 2 of half of projection. That's a half of projection made of the item minus thickness of brick wall above the plane level divided by 2, and draw table and calculate table. Serial number, particulars, number of site, length, weight, height, quantity, and remarks. It's all about the calculation. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Have a nice time. Goodbye.